I've always identified myself as a feminist, but I was also part of the anti-wave in the mid-80s and during the 90s. Feminism was a dirty word. The conversation that was going on in the 70s, and I think continued as a negatively into the 80s and 90s, was somehow being a feminist meant that you were anti-family. And that is just an anathema to me. I think feminism is about, at its base, is about equality. But it also means that someone who is holding all of the power has to share. And that is a fearful thing for a lot of people. True power is about self-respect and respect for others. I think if we survive into the next century, it will be about collaboration. It will involve deep listening. It will involve doubt. It will involve humility. Women who I greatly admire, who have done extraordinary things, not only in my industry, but in many different industries. You ask them a question, hoping that they're going to solve the problem, and they take the time and have the courage to say, I don't know. What do you think? And suddenly you're in dialogue. Real power is bringing up other people with you, and women are by and large great at doing that. It's being compassionate as well, I think. But that's a very human thing. I think I've never separated my identification as a feminist from my humanity. Women are talking to each other and talking to people in charge about challenges that they have and how they can get over those challenges. People are questioning their lazy thinking, because the enemy of creativity is lazy thinking. When you're the only woman in the room, your conversation can become channeled through the way other people think. Your ideas don't get borne aloft or valued or acted upon. And I think the more diverse, the more exciting the conversation is. Because when you're in a homogenous environment with only the one person represented, whether they're white faces or male faces or female faces, the conversation becomes really monotonous. And it's an anathema, I think, to creativity. When you see yourself, your experience written about in a blog space or a novel or on television, it expands your sense of what is possible. So I'm really excited about the generations who are coming up behind, my generation. It feels now like there's a lot of growing examples of women who are finding their own voice, a more secure and broader platform to be seen by audiences. I thought Alma Harrell's work was amazing in Honey Boy and Marielle Heller and Claire Denis, all of these people whose work is so fascinating. And working on Stateless, I finally got to work with the wonderful Jocelyn Moorhouse and Emma Freeman, who are great television directors. And apart from Ryan, all of the directors on Mrs. America were women. But we'll just make a list. And of course we want to find the best person for the job. But the list was so long. About 45 really great potential female directors that we thought, gosh, we've got to whittle this down. That was just off the top of our head, about people who were totally capable and people who we were really excited to work with. I thought, this is so easy. Why haven't we been doing this all this time?